It's gonna start. Any minute now.
Anyway, that was off that hardcore playlist you love so much.
Hold on. I did not say I love it so much. There's a lot on there that I don't like.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not good. Because it's just mathcore. It's not. I mean, I like mathcore. Trust me, I do.
Like mathcore.
I've never met somebody.
Yeah.
It got me this time.
Dude, have you noticed every intro just make crazy noises until the beat starts?
No.
Right now! Huh!
Yeah, Julie's like, why does he sound like he's coming?
I know, I thought that too, man. I want to cut it so bad. Like, that's what makes me want to refire the intro is me fucking making noise.
That's part of our lexicon. But you were
Anyways,
saying...
what were you saying, baby? Go.
I've never met somebody more picky at
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the
don't
music
either.
cut or not.
I've never met somebody more picky about their music than my husband.
I'm as picky as my music as I am with my food.
See, that's pretty picky.
That's pretty fucking picky.
But you know what? Okay, so I feel like I know people who are like you. My best friend's a perfect example. He has the things he likes. He's not going to divert from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, he smoked the same brand of cigarettes since we were in high school. He has his favorite kind of liquor. He has his favorite kind of, and he doesn't, there's no wiggle room. He's like, I like what I like. So I can, you know what I mean?
Well,
Same kind of deal, right? Like,
to be fair to Jerry, he's gotten a lot better about food.
But not about my music.
No, not about music at all.
well, one provides sustenance. The other one is just a reason for you to yell in your car.
Yeah,
Well,
when
like,
they fuck my order up at the drive-thru.
a couple years ago, he took me to a wine tasting dinner. And they had a bunch of stuff that he'd never had before, but he loved it
good.
all.
It was really good.
Yeah,
oh,
man.
dude, the fucking coffee and macaroons at the end.
Yeah, man.
Slapped me in the face, man. That shit was delicious.
That's the beauty of my lifestyle, dude. It's like, take a chance, man. Do blow a couple times. You know what I mean? Dance with the Mexican girl at a fucking wedding. You know what I mean?
Take a chance. Do
Yeah.
some blow.
Yeah, it's like Joey Diaz had that bit where he's like, I did heroin one time in the fourth story of a gay bar. You know what I mean? You gotta take a chance. Christopher Columbus did. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, dude. Oh, fucking speaking of Columbus, that Columbus Day is coming up on Monday, which will be 2 days behind when this posts. But
If this one posts.
it'll
first.
post. Probably. I was talking to a buddy at work today, and he was like, oh fuck, Monday's Columbus Day. I was like, yeah, it's a fucking national holiday. He's like, are we off? I was like, no. He's like, but Columbus discovered the new world. And to me, it set me over the edge because like, I just think there's a fine line with like what makes people funny and what makes other people not as funny as they could be is word choice. Like if he's like, oh, but Columbus discovered America, it's like, yeah, nobody would have laughed at that. But you come at him and you're like, he discovered the new world. Like,
Yeah.
it's a completely different joke now. So
Well,
it's just funny to me. But
it's actually one of my favorite holidays.
Columbus Day.
Yeah.
Because it gets people so pissed off.
Well, that may be one reason, but I celebrate it the same way every year.
Heroin?
No.
Do you wear a
Chill, fucking Jesus Christ!
Fuck.
God damn, Caitlin!
Offset singers, dude.
It wasn't a zinger. It was just mean. No, I'm being genuine. I celebrate it the same way every year. I drive to an Indian reservation and I do donuts through their crops while singing Michael Jackson's "Man in the Mirror."
I'm being genuine. This is what I do.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Just pulling that e-brake, bro. Just
Take that, Iroquois bitch.
Just drifting through crops. It's a proud family tradition.
Do you do it in a Jeep, a Jeep Cherokee?
Do you steal a Comanche attack copter just to crash it into their shit?
That's fucking good, man. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome.
We're supposed to do an intro, I guess. We were so close to refiring. Like Jerry was just like, Jerry had his finger on the button like JFK in 63. He was like, I don't want to do it. 62. Sorry.
I don't think we have any history buffs that listen.
I know.
I'm sorry.
No, you
we
guys
have not
you
hit
guys
that
should-
demographic.
You guys should definitely read more books.
Yeah, you guys should definitely have your dads listen.
Shut the what's funny is when we were spinning up for this podcast, I was about to go on like this long soliloquy about this amazing book I read when I was younger that really got me into the history of like the Vietnam War and stuff. And then I realized nobody in this room or who listens to this gives a shit. Like,
Yeah, sorry, bud.
Maverick cares.
yeah.
Maverick cares.
So their dog and I in past lives.
Here's your moment, dude. Here's your shot, bud. You better take it.
You gotta understand, Jerry's been trying to knock this out. Look, so me and Maverick in a past life were in Nam together.
Okay, let's clarify it for the people who are listening. Maverick is a Shiba Inu, which is a Japanese breed of dog. He's from Japan.
Japanese
has a
hate Vietnamese, but
Well, I'm just saying he is an Asian dog. This is what we're talking about.
yeah, he's the most adorable damn dog. Maverick. he doesn't even move. So
This is Maverick's first time in the studio.
over time, it just started with a joke, like me and him were in like Nam together,
In a
and the
past
reason
life.
because I just found out recently from a Buddhist that if you commit a horrific crime in your human life, you come back as a pet
Oh yeah.
or like a bug or like whatever, right? And you just serve out your sentence for eternity.
There he is.
Mavy's on the show. He's giving me a hug.
Oh my god, dude!
If you get a red rocket, you're dead.
I mean,
He wants to talk.
he looks like he's thinking about it. Dog is, he's gone off the rails at this point.
I want to emphasize a lot of planning goes in, and we hit record and just throw it out the window. Every time, dude.
Yeah. Well, what's even funnier is I'm like the tire that blows up, and Jerry's trying to drive the car. What happened?
All the
Look
hair.
at my shirt.
He sheds
I
a
got
lot.
to refire.
This is awful. No, fuck that. What the? This is why.
Well, he's shedding.
God damn it. I'm sorry, Mike.
It's
Please,
Texas winter.
Continue with your Vietnam soliloquy. I can't say
No,
that
the whole
word.
point is like 4 months now. Every time I talk to Maverick, and I know other people are in the room, I talk about different places in Vietnam we were together.
He went on for like 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any of his references.
Not a single one. Just confusion. I was like, remember when we were outside of Way City and you wasted that gook with the 40 mic Mike? And he's like looking at me like just totally confused because he's a dog. But I'm just, it's like whenever my kid used to like spit up and I'd be like, oh, that's a really valid point about Winston Churchill's policy towards the Germans. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the kid will just look at me like I'm stupid, but they're stupid. You know? I know so much more than that.
Maverick, you're not.
Just because you know about history doesn't mean it doesn't make you smarter.
I am smarter than my 4-year-old. Fuck off.
You're a 4-year-old, yeah. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about my kids, man.
I know.
Wait,
Man.
Dude, but how many times has your kid proven you that he's smarter than you in some areas? Like, have you heard that happen?
I don't know if he's done that yet, but so I can tell you about his new punishment that he doesn't like, by the way, when he has a bad day at school. But he, long story short, I make him go out in the garage with me and exercise, and like we'll run up and down the street, and I'll make him sprint, and sometimes he gives me a run for my money. I'm like, oh fuck, this little kid's fast.
Dude, it was never a punishment, but I remember I used to walk to a Blockbuster with my dad when I was like 5 or 6, and I'd race him every now and then. You're like, well, actually, every time we went, he would like race you.
Dude, it was the worst when you go to Blockbuster and your dad's like, no, you can't get a game. No, you can't get a movie. I'm like,
No, what's the worst is when you go there for a particular movie and then you look and there's none of them available.
that is awful.
Or
Yeah.
like you look and you think you see one that has like a little shadow behind it and you go up, but no.
It's not there.
It's-
What was better, Blockbuster or Hollywood Video?
Blockbuster.
Hollywood Video.
Hollywood
Blockbuster.
Video.
Hollywood Video.
Dang,
No.
bro. Fucking, we on that ghetto life, bro.
Yeah, we are. Maverick.
I grew
Get
up on
away
the
from
right
there.
side of 1604.
Get away.
No, so did I.
Get him out of there. He's gonna.
Outside?
I swear to God.
Yeah, I grew up in West Creek.
Well, yeah, I was neighbors
Hey.
to West Creek.
Yeah, I know. Same.
Lay
Yeah.
down. Lay down. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. It was all
what's
connected.
going on anymore. We have questions.
Yes.
We have fan questions from.
The Segway caught fire, and Jerry was riding it. Just because the way you transitioned, it was like you were riding a Segway and it caught fire.
I just bailed.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, my
Smash cut!
dude. This is why I don't let the dog in the studio. There's fucking cables and wires everywhere, and he's walking around sniffing shit like he's never been in here before, and he's gonna.
That's
he's
because
gonna
you don't let him in here.
yeah, because he's gonna rip a cable out. He's gonna pull the whole fucking show down.
Welcome to Michael's Dream Podcast.
That's fucking, dude.
It's not even Aries
This
season
is
yet.
such a disaster. I hope everyone enjoys this.
All right,
I can't even
questions.
think with the amount of dog hair that's on my fucking shirt because I picked him up, dude. It's such a pet peeve, dude. I can't stand dog hair on me like that, man. I lint roll my shirts when that happens, dude. I fucking will not be that guy that walks around like, dog hair is just an accessory. No, it's not. Josh, I'm talking to you. Talking to you, Josh. Fuck. Turn the light on. I got it. Anyways, what are the questions? This is... Oh, my God.
Do you want to just restart?
No, we've got...
Okay.
No, fire away. We got questions.
All right, questions. First one is from Alexandria Borman.
Okay.
She wants to know what you guys thought of NASA taking a picture of the black hole.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Very out of sight, out of mind person. I was not aware of this being a thing. But that is in fact, picture of a black hole.
Yes,
Correct.
correct.
And that is bigger.
So what you're seeing, the light, that ring, that is the matter around the black hole being sucked into it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Spinning around.
So the black hole is the thing in the middle.
And it's just
God.
nothingness.
Yeah.
Well,
the stuff
it's-
around it is at such a high velocity
Okay.
that it's catching fire essentially, and that's what you're seeing in the picture.
Okay, so a star. Let me explain this. And I'm sorry, this is Alexandria.
Yeah.
Thank you for this
What's up,
submission.
Alex?
Because I you guys know me. If you listen to any of the Good Luck Sleeping segments, it's a lot of it is about space because that's one of my passions. And I love black hole stuff. I never thought I would see this picture in my lifetime. When I found out that before this came out, I've been looking at black holes for years, and I read, I was reading, and they were like, "There's no actual pictures of real black holes," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I looked further into it, and everything that we have, is just
Digital.
just what we think it would look like. And then they captured this and they came out with it, and I was like, get the fuck out of my mouth. I can't believe that's actually a fucking picture. So essentially not the center of every galaxy, but some galaxies, right, at the center of them is a sun, right? And eventually that sun absorbs so much mass that gravity causes it to collapse in on itself. It can't hold it anymore, and it collapses in on itself, and that's what creates that basic inward suction, right? And that's how this happens. So it collapsed, it can't hold itself anymore, and it's so strong that it's sucking in everything around it. And essentially there's something around that, probably where the light is ending towards the end there. It's called the event horizon. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard the term.
So once you pass that event horizon, you cannot return. You cannot get outside of it. You will end up in the middle.
It's like a gravitational pull of a planet.
Yeah. You pass that threshold, you're done. You will be ripped apart molecule by molecule towards the center based on the gravitational pull. So basically there are different types of stars and things like that, like neutron stars. I'm blanking on some of the other ones, but they just they can turn into this, and some of them I can't remember what it was. I literally just watched something on this earlier today.
You're talking about what makes a black hole?
No, well, you can look that up, but no, there's certain types of stars that weigh 1.5 times the mass of our sun, which is 1 million times larger than Earth. It weighs 1.5 times what our sun weighs, but it's only 10 miles in diameter. Okay, so something that weighs the same as the sun, and then another half of the sun, but it's only 10 miles in diameter. So that's a fucking dense ball of just energy in space. And it eventually runs out of energy, and its weight, because it's so dense, collapses on itself. and it forms a black hole. And that's why everything around it starts to get pulled in.
So, at some point during this week, somebody's like, "Hey, man, you ever done acid?" And I gotta be honest, no. I mean, I've definitely fucked around with psychedelics and shit, but never done acid.
Yeah.
They're like, "You want to try it?" And I was thinking, man, what if I did it on the podcast? See what would happen, right? I mean, it'd drive Jerry nuts. I couldn't tell him. And I gotta tell you, Jerry, I'm so glad that I didn't.
Yeah, me too.
Because, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Is this what you're talking about?
Huge
Huge stars, red supergiant, supernova, and neutron stars.
Yes, thank you. Supernova, neutron stars. Yeah, those.
Supernovas were whenever a star, whenever they explode.
You can look up pictures of them. They look different. Like, I think the neutron star is the one that's like all white. It looks crazy.
Neutron star.
Yeah, neutron star. Yeah, so look at that fucking thing, dude.
That's a neutron star.
Oh my god, dude.
Look up a supernova.
I never see pictures of it.
Mike can't.
It's still pretty though.
Yeah, look at that shit. That's fucking cool, man. That's so cool, dude.
It looks like
Look at it, Mike.
brain activity.
I mean,
Anyways, Alexandra, what do I think about the image?
Yeah, I just said thoughts.
Yeah, thoughts on it. I think it's super cool. I mean, when I first saw it, I was kind of underwhelmed because I was like, well, that doesn't look like anything I've seen before, because you see all the renderings of what we thought it was, and it puts that image in your head like, hey.
Well, essentially though, it's not really a picture of it, it's a negative of it.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing is and we've talked about that in Good Luck Sleeping too, about like dark matter and dark energy that's in space, and that when they take pictures of things, they can't see them, but the fact that like galaxies and solar systems around it are moving and they're bending around these things that we can't see, that's how we know that there's dark energy and dark matter
Exactly.
out
That's
there.
how we know the black hole is there, because of the everything around it getting sucked into it at such a high velocity.
The part that blows my mind the most about these pictures is when you look at it, and obviously it's just stars circling around it, which is what you see, but the thing that I had a hard time grasping was it looks like that, and I could be wrong here, but to my knowledge, it looks like that from any angle you see that in, right? So if this is space, right, and
I totally understand. It's like one of those moving wall picture eyes, right?
kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. So like if you have a ball and it's just suspended in air, and you look at it from the left, you look at it from the top, you look at it from the bottom, or any angle that you move around it, right? It's going to look like that because of all the light that's...
Mike's having a hard time.
Hey guys, remember a couple minutes ago when I was all like, "This is like Michael's show, man. This is the coolest podcast," and I sat back and just kind of settled into my whiskey, and Jerry's like, "Nah, fuck that." Like,
You want to know stuff about space?
you want to know stuff about moving wall pictures that could destroy you, everything you love, everything you've ever known, and everything that has ever been? Word. Like,
It's crazy.
Jesus, Jerry,
What?
Mother, Joseph.
Look, man, that's why I came up with the segment Good Luck Sleeping, because I've been dealing with this shit for a while.
Dude, this isn't The Ring. You don't just pass it on. You keep it to yourself. It's like, man, I've really had a rough time with this, and I think the only thing that'll make me feel better is if somebody else had a rough time with this.
Yeah. I want you to suffer too.
So shitty.
All right.
It's a cool picture though. Thank you for the submission. I absolutely keep them coming.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, it's
All right.
super cool.
Next question is from John Bon Jody.
Woo, John Bon Jody.
Cool.
One of my old buddies. Old
He
coworkers.
writes, "Sorry, I know it's 2 a.m., but this has been eating at me. I just came off of a show site where my client wasn't just offended, but legitimately pissed that I called her ma'am. When I questioned her for justification behind being offended, she responded with, 'Where I grew up, Philadelphia, sir and ma'am were said when being an asshole.' And he wants to know what our thoughts about that whole situation are. Mike, I know you have a lot to say. about this.
What our thoughts are on calling people sir and ma'am.
Yeah, and why when people get offended by it.
People get offended by it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This could fly off the handles. Or it could be just a general conversation we have.
Dude, it's just,
I don't know your piece on this.
You don't? Somehow
We haven't talked about it.
Oh my god.
I mean, I could guess how you feel, but
Yo, dude, and I bet you're fucking right. Like, look.
you want to go? You want to go first?
Yeah, like, look,
All right.
it's just like anything else. You tell me you don't like something, I will try my hardest to avoid it. But you see, there was once a human being named Tech Sergeant Snuffy. And he made sure that I called every living thing sir or ma'am. When I was in basic, I accidentally called a tree ma'am. I think I was like doing details and I bumped into something and I just instinctively said, "I'm sorry, ma'am." Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, man, you can't assume that plant's gender.
You're right. I can't. But I did. No, it's like, so the thing is I don't want people to be offended. But at the same time, if me calling you what is traditionally called a polite custom, if that offends you or if you get all bent out of shape, that's the thing that's going to fuck up your hour.
Yeah.
How good is your life?
Ooh.
How good is your life that's like, oh, don't call me ma'am. Oh, like, don't. And the thing is, I hate that. Like, it makes me feel old. I call my daughter ma'am.
Yeah.
Like,
I call Revan sir.
Yeah. We call him sir.
exactly. It's
Say,
like,
excuse me, sir, you better
yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And you know what? My parents started it. The military finished it, and for the rest of my life, I will say sir, ma'am, in every interaction with people that I feel like either I don't know or are in a position of authority, or just sometimes just older.
We call each other sir.
Yeah.
When you called me earlier, I was like, yes, sir. Like, that's how I answered the phone.
So it's like it's interchangeable with anything else. But
Yeah.
to me, it's like there's if you use customs and courtesies, I appreciate it. I really do. And you know what? People call me sir, and I've kind of been like, oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm 28 now, But I also understand that it's like, I don't give a fuck where you're from. You're in Texas now. Like,
Well, here's the thing.
like,
Most people listening know that I'm not from Texas. I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm from up north. Ma'am and sir is a common thing there. It's a sign of respect. And
Pittsburgh's right next to Philly, by the way.
well, not
But-
right next to it. It's on the opposite end of the
It's in
state,
the
but
same
it's up
state.
north.
It's in the same state, which was my point, because
But-
the chick is from Philly, where
But
it
here's the
happens.
thing: if somebody calls me ma'am, do I enjoy it? No, but I say, I will either if they mean something to me, if I'm gonna have a relationship with this person, I'll just say, just call me Caitlin.
Yeah.
Or if the interaction means nothing, I'll just go with it. It's just kind of like, you're Revan's mom, and that's my name now,
Yeah.
Revan's mom.
Yeah. He's just rolling with
yeah.
it. So, a lot of people's answer to this, I know, is going to be like, well, I'm from the South, and that's how we treat people, is with respect. Yeah, that is
It's
like
the same up north too.
right. But that's a part of it. But sir and ma'am is just a term of respect. It's just what you call someone to be polite. I'm not going to ask you what your name is just so I could then call you by your name if it's like a customer interaction like that. Like that.
Yeah, if it genuinely, if the interaction doesn't mean anything, brush it off your shoulder. But if the interaction is with somebody who you deeply care about, just politely say, oh, you can just call me whatever the hell you want to be called.
Right. So this chick got offended. Let's get back to this because the chick.
That's what I'm saying. So he works for her. I'm assuming. Yeah, client wasn't just offended. She was legitimately pissed off that he called her ma'am. It's
Yeah.
a
I'm getting there,
professional.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. So, in terms of business, clearly, it's appropriate. Mm-hmm. And as the client working with who you've hired, you would expect that from who you're paying to do your service, right? You pull up to the wash tub to get your car washed, and they say, "Hey, sir, how you doing? What can I do for you today?" You're not going to get offended because you're there to buy their service, and that is how you should be treated. So I think she was way out of line, especially to just move on from just being offended or being at the point where she can just brush it off, right? Now, Is there a way to say sir or ma'am in a derogatory way?
100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely there is. Is that what happened here? No, because I know John Bon Jovi, and I know that didn't happen. Because he's from the fucking deep roots of Texas, and he's a genuine person, and he treats everyone like that with respect.
It's so ridiculous, man, because to me, I'm almost a little pissed whenever somebody goes, yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? What do you mean?
Just like if I ask somebody, like, and it's a professional setting, or even my daughter, my kids,
Okay, like in response.
Yeah, like if I ask you a question, you go, yeah, yeah, what? Like, yeah, bitch, like, yeah, bro, yeah, what? Yes, sir. Like, do not like we are not like, especially we aren't homeboys. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And the thing is first off, Philadelphia. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but back in like the 70s, they had Santa walking down the sidelines, and you guys were losing a Phillies game, and you threw batteries at Santa. There's a reason it's called "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia," because it fucking sucks in Philadelphia. That's the joke.
It's the city of the brotherly shove.
Oh, dude. So,
but
it's like there's just certain parts of the Northeast where it's like you got to navigate their. Even Ohio.
So let me emphasize this here, because it's a point to be made here that not a lot of people are aware of. So people up north, the way they talk, the cadence in their voice, the inflections, the way they just have natural conversations is different from the South. Yeah. And this can also vary from state to state in general, right? Everywhere is different.
Hell, city to city.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
faggy Austin.
But in general, up north, they have a more direct way of talking that can be interpreted as like being rude or being just
abrasive,
blunt or abrasive. Thank you. Yeah, just in that way. And people down south have a more like, it's different. It's a little bit kinder. You can tell when someone's being serious, when someone's being jokey, and things like that. People up north, they just have a very direct way of saying things sometimes. So
they're so disconnected, I think, from what community is, and community is like the human race. I don't know, man. I don't know if you call Ohio the Northeast. I do.
It's Midwest. But it's supposedly Midwest.
It's fucking Yankee land. And
it's still up north.
It's the only place I've ever been, and I'll close out on this, I promise, on this subject. But it's the only place I've ever been where, like, if you start a conversation with somebody, like, standing in line at the store or in public, they look at you like you're a freak. You'd hold a door for somebody. They'd walk through like you owed it to them in the first place. It used to burn me up. It used to burn me up, dude. It's like,
dude, I experienced the same thing in North Carolina.
Really?
Everyone was just fucking rude and standoffish. And like if you bumped into them, you were in their way or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you said,
they bumped into you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like every sort of like natural, normal human interaction that you have was like an inconvenience to them. Like you did something wrong, you shouldn't have done that or anything like that. Like, dude, okay, Friday when we went out to downtown, we were all driving around downtown. And you fucking yelled at me in the car because you were like, stop being so nice to everybody.
Oh yeah, in the
parking garage.
Yeah.
I was super nice. I was like, hey man, thank you so much. Hope you have a great night. Like, and I
no,
did that.
It wasn't that. You were just letting people go in front of us. And
I was letting cars
it,
go in front of me. Yeah, I understand you wanted me to park, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to be a nice person. Like, that's just kind of the way we do things down here. And up north, it's a little different. It's kind of.
I 100% agree, dude. There's no better like. I don't know why. It's one of my favorite things in the world for some reason. Whenever you're driving and you come to like a quagmire situation with another driver, and like say there's only room for one car, and it happens all the time, right? In suburbs or streets where you have to let a person go, and you get that wave. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, thanks for letting me through. Or somebody like lets you in.
Yeah.
Or like whenever you're trying to get
that hand
crucial.
comes up.
No, I'm always smoking, so it's like I throw juice out, and dude, you see that guy behind you, like, yeah, you know
he gives
what I mean?
it back.
Yeah, dude, it's like that's a cool ass feeling because it's like everyone's so just worried about.
Dude, that's a huge pet peeve of mine. If you let me in and I wave, you fucking better wave back, or you have made me so mad. And if I let you in, I better get a wave so I can wave back. Or fuck you, I'm going to get in front of you and cut you off, get my fucking space back.
Hey, Jerry, are you passionate about that?
I am passionate about it, man. Be polite. Give me the fucking wave.
I'll
give you the finger.
I do have a somewhat similar question that I want to know what both of y'all's.
Did we touch Jody's thing?
Yes, we did.
Hold on, I phrased that way wrong.
So, I don't even think we've talked about it, Jerry. This is something that's been brought up to me at work.
Okay.
So when an older person, not of our generation, says thank you, our generation tends to say no problem.
No worries.
Yeah.
No problem or no worries, interchangeably.
I've heard this from multiple people in older generations. That grinds their gears. They want us to just say thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Sorry. And us saying no problem is like really disrespectful
to them.
Man, I am so on point. I gotta tell you, dude. Because, like, I know what I hit them with every now and then. Somebody older than me. Much obliged.
Really? That's sweet spot, man. Right in the middle.
Dude, yeah. There's like, I can just see they just want to hug me, but they're fucking baby boomers, so they just vomit instead.
Just vomit.
Dude, no, switch it up. You know, like, but I do dig a no worries.
Yeah. So I think you're trying to pull it up right now, like the explanation of it. But I mean, we don't have to read through the whole thing. 'Cause it's a lot. But in general, what it's trying to say is older generations, when they say thank you for something, for a service, the response typically was "You're welcome," which what do you got there?
Do you want me to read it?
You're welcome. No problem.
It's a linguistic misunderstanding. Older people tend to say you're welcome. Younger people tend to say no problem. This is because for older people, the act of helping or assisting someone is seen as a task that is not expected of them, but is them doing it, doing something extra. So it's saying, I accept your thanks because I know I deserve it. No problem, however, is used because younger people feel not only that helping or assisting someone is a given and expected, but also that it should be stressed that your need for help was not a burden to them, even if it was.
Exactly. That right there is exactly how I feel every time I say no problem or no worries. I feel like I want you to know that I did not mind doing this and I did not expect anything from this.
Yeah.
It was not a burden. It was not a trouble. I did this because I chose to do this and I wanted to help you. And that is what people should do to other people. That's how you treat a person like a person. You help them.
Well, that's what it goes on to say. Basically, older people think help is a gift you give. Younger people think help is an expectation required of them.
Boom. There you go. Damn. Whoever did that, shout out to you.
Lucas Noah's.
Wherever that is. Whoever he is. Sorry.
I think there's probably, there might be more to that, but then that kind of aligns with the conservative liberal thing, like where you say, show me a young man who isn't a liberal, I'll show you a man with no heart, and show me an old man who isn't a conservative, and I'll show you a man with no brain. You know, it's like, I think as you get older, you realize, like, you know, like, yeah, there's only a finite amount of shit in this world.
Yeah. Or that nothing matters.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that I'm not that jaded, but, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, fuck, I just lost my train of thought, dude. God damn it. Say your point again. What was the point you just made?
Oh, it's just like.
Oh, I got it. Sorry, I got it. Thank you.
No problem. No worries, brother.
I feel like, and I don't want to get political because I don't know anything about politics, and that's really why we don't talk about it on the show.
Yeah, because I love arguing about it.
I feel like today's day and age, the things. And I could be 100% wrong here. I feel like the things that are more on the liberal side now is what like conservatives used to want. And
no,
then,
the line moves left and right throughout generations.
Yes.
And the pendulum.
Yeah. And so what people want now as a liberal is what conservatives used to want, and what conservatives want now is like so far different than what it used to be. Like it's crazy. Like stop, shut up.
No, I think it's really interesting. The reason, because a lot of people talk about Democrats and Republicans switching because the South used to be Democratic.
Yeah.
I mean, there was
It's slowly turning.
Well, no. What ended up happening? It made a major turn, and it's really strange because the Grand Old Party was Lincoln's party. I mean, Republicans are super duper abolitionist. I mean, that's where they started, and now they're the conservative party, and it's a really interesting reason why. It's because of the Civil Rights Act. LBJ promised when he was touring as vice president that if he were to be elected, or even if JFK was reelected, that they would make sure to push the Civil Rights Act. And when Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act, he literally said, and he abolished Jim Crow and a lot of other stuff for the Great Society, he literally said, we just lost the South for the next 100 years. And they did. And so now, fucking Republicans are somehow the old Democrats, and then it switched. It's really strange. It's really strange, and it just kind of shows you how stupid a two-party system is.
It really is. Really is pretty stupid, man.
It's-
I feel like it shouldn't. I feel like it shouldn't be like that, man. I feel like things should just be easier. And do I have a solution for that? No. And I don't know what the solution looks like, but I feel like
Libertarian Party.
Oh, well, in that regard, yes, I agree with that. Absolutely. That's probably where I lean the most. Full on Ron Swanson, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we should take the taxpayers' money and give it back to the taxpayer. But I don't know, man. What would you think? Tell me why this wouldn't work. What if there was just, instead of voting for who we wanted to be our leader, what if there was just a ballot of all the issues that all the hot topic issues, right? Maybe top 25, and everybody went in and voted on the outcome they wanted for that issue, and then those things were just done.
Well, so the reason that we elect politicians, and they're usually lawyers, is because they have a greater understanding of the laws that we already have at hand. And in order to do that, we'd have to reset all of our laws, rewrite our whole government, because it's all based on the idea that these people know basically how bureaucracy works, right? And they are paid handsomely, either in their private practice or lobbying or whatever, but they are paid very handsomely to know how to get things done in government, and they're paid to be educated on those matters. Think about every dumb relative you have that expounds the worst beliefs and like the dumbest theories, and imagine their vote counting the same amount as yours. That's why we have the voter registration system, because you have to put work into it. If we delivered these ballots on these issues to just everyone, we can't trust that everyone within our populace will be educated enough to make decisions for the future. So we just hedge our bets, and we go with people with advanced degrees who we pray are going to make better decisions. The only problem with it is that they're fallible. They're susceptible to greed. They're susceptible to, being power hungry, whatever their fucking vice is. And that's where the conundrum comes in. And that's where I kind of argue that, hey, we should probably, I think to solve the issue, we should stop electing just lawyers. That's why Ron Paul, and his son Rand were so awesome, because they're both doctors. They had a tendency to look and see the gray area instead of like the black and white that we're so used to.
Right.
And I mean, there's just so much that could be done, but the only problem is the system has worked for this long.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where if you make a radical change to a machine this fucking big.
Yeah, I get that. No, do you think that laws are put in place for the benefit of the people, or for the benefit of why the law is there?
I think it is way too broad a judgment to assign. Really, it's just because there are so many ridiculous laws. I was thinking about this on the way over. Like, every time you walk into a head shop, it says for tobacco use only in giant fucking letters. And there's like a pot leaf on a fucking bong. Like, how ridiculous is this? Are we not adults here? Like, we know what this is about, but you guys have to do this because there's a loophole that if you sell explicitly marijuana-themed items and don't label them as for tobacco use only, you can get busted and fined.
Right.
How stupid is that? That doesn't make any sense, right? Well, but then we also have other laws that make a ton of sense. like don't text and drive.
Yeah.
Don't fucking tailgate. And you get pulled over tailgating in some states. Like there's laws that make sense, and there's laws that are silly and stupid.
Right.
The only problem is whenever you start wrecking people's lives over the stupid ones.
Yeah.
And
no, I get that. I guess coming from like the industry that I work in is within finance, so I deal with a lot of like regulations that all banks have to abide by because they are there to protect the consumer. They're there to protect the person that's using that bank. So some of those things that I know a lot about like the FDIC's laws and the things that they do, and why they have those laws to protect people and consumers. And so that's why I ask that just in general to see like, what are your thoughts on that? What do you got? What's going on here?
I just looked up
laws.
most ridiculous laws. One in California says a frog that dies during a frog jumping contest cannot be eaten and must be quote unquote destroyed as soon as possible.
And they found like one of the cutest frogs for the picture.
But wait. How do they destroy the frog?
I don't know. And why is it in quotations?
That's true.
Fucking Illuminati.
California, what the fuck?
Yeah,
man?
California.
Do they have any laws against gerbils and hamsters?
Oh, yes, they do, don't they?
I think there's some.
Gerbils go in cages, hamsters go in assholes.
Yeah, but I think California, you're not allowed to have hamsters as a pet.
Is it hamsters or gerbils?
I don't know.
Is it considered a pet if it's in the drawer next to all of your other dildos? Because then it's considered a sex toy.
Sometimes, like, I know you're just saying it for you, Jerry. Like, you can't fool me, brother. You're like, sometimes I know you just laugh and like, that one was for me.
Yeah.
Oh, gerbil.
Yeah. For those listening, we debated earlier whether we should do one of those.
Gerbils
are illegal?
Yeah, along with
There's
ferrets,
gerbling.
hedgehog, monkeys, squirrels.
Wait. I want to know why monkeys are illegal in California.
Because they're way more dangerous than
Because
a
they
fucking
throw
ferret.
feces.
Ferrets, dude.
Hey, my mom had a ferret.
Dude, it's so gross. I don't know why. It's one of those things that my mother instilled in me. Like, she's just like, ferrets are the worst. And like, every ferret I've ever been around, it's just like they're just destructive and mischievous.
Really?
It's like living with a raccoon, like except like like a half snake, half monkey, half dog living with you.
I just feel like if like raccoons or like possums could talk, they'd just be like, let's eat trash and get hit by a car. It's like so funny to me, dude. That's like,
dude,
that's your whole life.
I don't know. Okay,
You
so
piece of shit animal.
dude, shut the fuck up. I really like possums. I think they're really cool
They're
animals.
assholes.
That's even funnier.
I also like raccoons. You know, like I
can understand the raccoons, possums. I don't get.
Wait, babe.
Oh, so you know what? I'm gonna get Jerry. I would probably just end up hurting Caleb. But anyway, so my dad had he had a pet raccoon as a kid, right? And his name was Snoopy. He used to like ride on their shoulders when they ride bikes and stuff. Like, it's a pet raccoon. He lived in the house. Like, he'd get into shit and like eat crackers.
Yeah,
and
he has
stuff.
thumbs.
Yeah, no, it's fucking wild. But anyway, there's this old family story where this raccoon, my papa had like a terrible day at work, and this raccoon like comes in and starts nipping at his heels. And like he's like, I'm gonna teach this raccoon how to roll over and play dead. And he did. He took it outside and just shot it.
Christ.
Hey, pull up that video. Can you pull up that video? I want to see if Mike has seen this video or not. Of the raccoon that gets into the zoo with the gorillas.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so I first saw this video back when I was stationed in Japan, dude. And well, for those that are listening, not watching, or even those that are watching, we can't show it because it's on YouTube. But we'll show you we'll put the title of the video in. Anyways, I saw it, dude. I was crying laughing because
Is it this one?
yeah, it's that one.
Dude, a chimp will tear your face
Okay,
off.
so
Dude,
my God.
it'll eat that chimp, dude.
Okay,
I mean, that
so
chimp will eat that raccoon.
a fucking raccoon got into.
Wait.
Dude, oh my God, are they gonna start fucking it or something?
No.
No. Okay, so the chimps are.
They're playing around.
The raccoon got into the chimpanzee exhibit at a zoo, and they've never seen it before.
There's the raccoon right here.
So they're like pulling his tail a little bit and like they're chasing him around and stuff like that. Watch right here, Mike. This shit gets wild, dude. I laugh so hard at this.
All right, they have it cornered.
They have it cornered. It's in some bushes. You can't see. There's 1, 2. There's 5 chimpanzees.
They frisbee the raccoon.
Okay, so the chimpanzee, the
No, Jerry, no. No.
He doesn't die. He doesn't die.
No,
he doesn't die.
He's trying
Okay.
to get into a pipe,
I'm going into
I hope this
and they
is
have
the
him
one.
by the tail.
Okay, so the the fucking raccoon, he tries to jump out of the bushes up on a rock in between 2 chimpanzees to get away, and one of them grabs him by the back leg and just hurls him backwards. They put it in slow motion.
This episode.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. I have to keep narrating it. Okay, this little raccoon is upside down in the air, and
He's going into a tailspin.
dude,
He turns into a raccoon.
He does.
frisbee.
He did at least 15 full rotations sideways, like gray and black frisbee.
Yeah, if
with
you've ever
arms
thrown
out.
No, dude, I'm pretty sure that chimpanzee threw him so hard, every bone in his body separated a few millimeters until he hits the zoo wall. Probably has a concussion because when he gets up, he stumbles. Then he tries to exit out a drain, and the monkeys grab him and they pull him back.
So
But he
if
gets
you
away.
want to know the video, it's chimps versus raccoons. It's on YouTube.
I gotta admit to y'all, if you want to watch it, it sounds interesting. Go watch it. It's your shit, not mine. But it's definitely not fucking Holyfield Tyson. You know what I mean? Like, God,
No.
it's not a good
It's so
fight.
funny to me, man. It's so funny to me.
Hey Jerry, do you know what the Japanese dude said to the other Japanese dude?
It's something racist.
What?
I don't know. I don't speak Japanese.
Stupid ass.
You know what's worse than finding a worm in your apple? The
Eating an apple.
Holocaust. Do you know why 6 was scared of 7?
7, 8, 9.
No, he wasn't. The numbers aren't sentient. They don't express that kind of feeling.
Dude, fuck off. You cocksucker. Oh man.
Maverick's not amused.
Maverick's not amused. I'm not amused. I still have dog hair all over me.
Oh my god.
I can't stand dog hair on me like that, dude. When it's like
Somehow this episode managed to weave its way into both of our nerves.
what's your nerve getting struck right now?
Oh, dude, I don't know. There's that whole fucking story about space and a black hole.
Oh, really? I forgot
Yeah.
all about that, dude.
So yeah, somehow I feel like we just played 3 games of Around the World, man. Fuck. Just I can guarantee if you wanted us to talk about something, we'd probably hit it.
I think we'll talk about anything on this show. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that's,
put in your requests.
that's evident by now.
please.
I love talking about whatever y'all send in as fans. I love talking about that shit because
Jerry likes direction and planning.
yeah, it just makes it easier.
Well, it makes sense. He married me.
Yeah.
There's 2 kinds of people in this world. People who care about their car's warranty when they get a call, and people who don't. And I'm willing to bet that this motherfucker is the former.
What do you mean? I
You care about the warranty.
Yeah, whenever they call and you're like, "Hey, so you just want how are you doing your warranty?" And you pick up, you answer, you talk to them. If they're legit.
Yeah, if they're legit.
Yeah, if they're legit.
It's like about 90 calls a week on fucking fake motherfuckers, dude.
No, they've stopped since I put us on that list.
Not for me.
Really?
I get calls all the time, honey. I don't answer them anymore.
I mean, I gotta tell you, man.
Are you sure it's just not our kids' school?
No, because I know those numbers. No, I did like answering when it was a real person though, because man, would I fuck with them, dude. Oh god, I love fucking with telemarketers, dude. You cocksucking pieces of shit.
I just hang up, man.
No, I don't. I'll fucking drag them on for a little bit.
Oh man, there's a name for that in that industry.
What?
Like cock tease.
It's
Like
me.
you think you're gonna make the sale?
Yeah.
They're like,
I'm gonna
"Yeah,
get you all fucking
what's
worked up.
What's the rate on the premium?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you all wet. I'm gonna fucking let
Can you highlight
think
it?
you're gonna get. Can you highlight the total?
I like the receipt. And tell me
Can you send me the
dirty girl.
in an email? Yeah.
Jerry's insurance adjuster is the sexiest person on earth other than Caitlin.
No, dude.
To him.
Yeah, to him. He's like, wait, girl, did you just tell me how much
Yeah,
time I have left
I'll-
on my fucking Easy Pay card?
Dude, I'll do one of two things when a telemarketer calls. I either fucking draw them out and just play with them and just let them think they're gonna get the sale, or I go hello and they're like, oh, take it. I'm like, take me off the fucking list.
Oh my
take me
God.
off. I start yelling at it to do it. Like
He did that the other day, and it scared the shit out of JR. And he just puts his little lip out, and then all of a sudden you hear.
I
and
can't imagine.
just loses it.
I do have to say, I can count on like 4, like at least I can count probably on both hands how many times I've lost my shit with somebody that I didn't know over the phone.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often. And I count that as losing your shit. I call it
count that?
everything you do with losing your shit when it comes to telemarketers. I'm just telling you right now. I don't do it very often. But one time I was dealing with the fucking IRS.
Was it really the IRS?
It was really the fucking IRS. They weren't a telemarketer. That's abundantly clear. I'm talking about like every customer service experience 10 times max that I've just been like lost it. And this fucking, I know he was a pencil neck motherfucker. I know he was. He fucking sounded like that.
is his name Pete?
Dude, I don't even know. And I forgot to write down the number because I was just like, fuck it. I never have bad experiences on the phone.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Pete
So
the
whenever people
pencil
give me
pusher.
like their fucking number, I'm not going to write it down. Because they have to do that at the IRS. Nothing but good experience with the IRS. I mean, relatively. And then,
Like, what are you saying? It's the IRS.
it's like, I mean, what I'm saying is I've never had an issue. But wait, so there was one year where I was like trying to get my refund, right? And I fucking called this guy and I'm like trying to get a status update. It'd been like a month and a half since I'd called. And he was just being a dickhole. Like he's like, all right, he asked for my information. He's like, all right, what city were you born in? I was like, well, I was born in San Antonio, but I was actually born on Lackland, so I don't know. You know, he's like, and he's just like smarmy. He's like, well, then it would be Lackland, sir. You know, like just like that kind of shit. I'm like, all right, take a deep breath. You know what I mean?
Well, Lackland is in San Antonio, sir.
I know.
Hey, that's how you say "sir" in a derogatory way.
There you go.
Dude, so, well, he started it with this, sir.
Well, he must be from Philadelphia.
He must be some kind of, dude, I just swear to God. But he just kept like throwing like little barbs like that. He was just being catty. He was being like a fucking bitch, dude. Like just like that female catty shit over the phone where I know I can't get to him.
Yeah.
And then finally I was like, look, dude, I don't know what your fucking problem is, but I'm just trying to get information here. That's all I'm trying to do. And he's like, oh, you're going to get rude with me? I'm like, you're fucking right. I'm going to get rude with you, you little faggot. Like, dude, are you fucking... Dude, I've been nothing but polite.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get information. I don't care how swamped you are. You only do this job 5 months out of the fucking year. Like...
It can't be that hard.
And dude, he hung up on me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like... I forgot to get the number. And like, the thing is... You guys know me. I'm not going to let this go. I have been wronged.
How dare you?
So I call back the IRS. And I'm like, yeah, what's up, IRS lady? I was in your call waiting room earlier, and this faggot plucked me out. Do y'all keep record of who talks to who? And this poor woman, because I'm already heated. I'm already being a dick. And she's like, no, that isn't. Did you write down the number? I was like, no, why would I do that? She's like, because shit like this happens. It's the IRS.
At least
Of
she's
course
honest.
you had a bad experience. It's the Internal Revenue Service.
They're not known for their customer service, dude.
They're known throughout the country to be humorless dicks.
Stupid.
And it's one of those weird moments where like I become like so self-aware of how ridiculous I'm being. Like I'm just like,
Oh, that's justified. It's in the moment. That's fair. Dude, I've asked for the manager once in my life.
oh what?
One time I've asked for a manager, dude. Because I hate being that guy. So when we bought the house, we had went into Lowe's. And this isn't, well, never mind. We went in and there was some holiday, 3-day weekend thing, so there was a sale going on. We bought a fridge. And we're like, hey, we don't have the house just yet. How long can we hold it here? And they're like, you bought it. You paid in full today. We'll hold it at the warehouse. When you're ready for delivery, call us 2 weeks in advance. We got it for you. We'll hold it. We bought it 3 months in advance. So I call them. They're like, okay, cool. It'll be there Friday between noon and 4. Okay, cool. We're here. We're waiting. They call us.
I took off work, by the way.
They call us 30 minutes before the delivery window starts, and they're like, hey, your fridge isn't in stock. We're like, okay, do you know how long it'll be? Like, maybe next week or something like that. And they're like, no, it's not in stock in San Antonio. We're waiting for the shipment in from the warehouse that's outside the city. It's going to be about 3 weeks. I said, no, it's not. Because I bought this 3 months ago and you said you had it and you were going to hold it and all this and that, right? And so I'm like, okay, can you guys bring a loaner fridge? Like, this isn't my fuck up. I did everything I was supposed to. I've already paid the damn thing off. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, we don't provide that. I was like, the fuck you don't? I'm not about to sit here for 3 weeks without a fucking fridge. And mind you, it was just 3 weeks until they get them into the city. Then there was more processing time for them to sort them to the appropriate stores and then ship and deliver. So we're talking 3+ weeks, right? So from there, I was like, oh, I'm done talking to you on the phone. And I just drive down to Lowe's and I just walked in and I walked in the fridge area and the dude's like, oh, hey, so we're going to help you. Can't wait to make this sale. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I hate to be that guy, but I need to speak to a manager. He's like, 1 second. And pulls some other dude who's like a foot less as taller than him. And I told him half the story, and he was like, I'll bring a fridge tomorrow. And then that next day, Sunday, they delivered the fridge. And it was a loaner fridge.
Saturday.
It was Sunday. It was a loaner fridge. Okay.
I took off for the delivery.
Yeah, and I was here on a Sunday to pick it up. Because
Yeah,
I
but it
remember
wasn't
there was
the
some
next
fucking
day.
scrawny little string bean
Yeah,
that got it
kinda.
off the truck by himself, and I watched him through the window almost drop it off the fucking end of the truck.
It was a cheapy peepy fridge, but it worked.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just good enough is good enough, I guess.
Yeah, I just need a fridge.
And I had to make a wedding cake.
Yeah, I mean-
the couple days.
Good enough
After.
is good enough. That sucks, too.
Yeah, that.
So if you have crazy stories of when you had to call a manager, let us know.
I mean,
'Cause that's funny.
there's. I just want to end on this. It's just funny. I always loved going out to eat with my dad, and I don't know why. I used to think that it was him being a certain way, but I've paid closer attention as time has gone on throughout the years. But there's always been this thing. It's known within my family. Every time we have a gay waiter and my dad is present, something goes off the rails. Like, and we all used to be like, Dad, he's just being a certain way, but then like, I just realized, no, like, they're really kind of being dicks to him.
Really? Gay waiters are dicks to your dad?
I don't know why. I mean, like, of course there's been exceptions, of course, but it's like every time you get one that like floats and sets off smoke detectors, my dad gets like, he's like trying to be polite, and you can tell he's putting his whole heart into it, and they're just like, it's like, why is it the gay dudes always look like they just smell fresh cookies?
On that note,
Wait! I want to know. Do you think they're being mean to your dad because, like, how some people, when they like somebody or they think somebody's cute or they want to interact, they be a dick to him?
No, I just think he looks.
He looks like he hates gays,
Okay, so
but he
there's, like,
doesn't.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he probably does. I don't know. It's not really. It's just kind of one of those funny things, like where it comes to customer service, where if this one variable comes into play, something weird's gonna happen, and everybody knows it. Like, it's just been too many times.
Like,
and it's
you're
like,
not gonna get your mozzarella sticks you ordered 45 minutes ago.
It's just like,
oh, that one waiter
What one waiter?
when we went out with your mom, and we got the entrees before the appetizer.
Where?
oh, that was
Spaghetti Warehouse?
that was Pantryside's fault, bro.
I was trying not to say
Who
it,
can fucking say it?
but
Who cares? They're terrible.
yeah, when we went there, and I honestly
was
think
it Olive Garden?
no, I honestly think you forgot to put it in.
Probably. It happens all the time.
Oh, I know.
What about your favorite waitress we ever had?
Oh, on
one
our
on our honeymoon.
honeymoon, yeah.
I went to the bathroom and the chick brought out the drinks and She puts them down, and Caitlin's like, that's a tea. He ordered a Dr. Pepper. She's like, well, they must have messed it up in the back. And she started to walk away. She's like, that's not my fucking problem. He ordered a Dr. Pepper. And I came back, and I had a tea and a Dr. Pepper. And I was like, oh, cool, 2 drinks. She was like, yeah, this bitch. So
I was pissed.
Oh, you were being sarcastic with a favorite waiter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Always thank you guys for listening. You guys
Thank you so much,
amazing.
everybody. Awesome. Love you guys. More to come soon. Take it easy.
Love you, but
Ride
won't
it
help
out.
you move.